Let's start this video off someplace a little bit different. This is the new County Service Center being built at the corner of 470 and US 301. It consists of 3 buildings: the main building, the emergency shelter building, and the fire training center. This is the Fire Training Center. It's got a 4-story tower designed to help the firefighters train, and it's meant for both the village's Public Safety Department and Sumter County Fire Department to use both independently and together in their training efforts. Next up is the emergency shelter. It's actually 2 shelters, one for special needs individuals and one for the general population. This is the first purpose-built shelter in the county and will be the first one to be opened and the last one to be closed whenever a storm situation requires it to be open. This is the main building. The taller section is the auditorium designed to seat 400 people for all the county meetings. Come late May, early June, meetings will no longer be held at the Everglades Regional Rec Center. They'll be held here at this facility. There's also a new public library in it. The tax collector is opening a new office there, as is the clerk of courts. This new facility is located at about the midpoint between the village's Sumter County Service Center at Pinellas Plaza and the courthouse in Bushnell. As I rotate around, we'll see the intersection of US 301 and County Road 470. This eventually will be 2 4-lane roads that intersect. As we look to the north, this is the Marlene O'Toole Industrial Park, and if you look carefully, you can see the water tower that was built a few years ago by the villages. This area is rapidly under construction. We look around, that's part of the village of Hammock at Finney, and this is one of the mines that exist in this area. Next up is the Twisty Treat on County Road 466A in front of Pinellas Plaza. Things are coming along on this new ice cream store, and they're working on the parking lots. This has actually changed some in recent days. The parking lot is now paved. The decorative ice cream cone outer shell of this building has been recycled from another store. Hopefully, they'll get it painted before they decide to open it, because it looks pretty ragged right now. I've heard that many people are excited about this opening up. It's going to be soft serve ice cream. Of course, we'd still have 3 other similar places around. There's Darlin's Sweet Shop in Sawgrass Grove. There's Sundays in the Eastport Hotel. And over in Colony Plaza, there's Peach Wave. So you still have plenty of choices. But again, this is soft serve ice cream, and many people prefer that. Let's head on now over to the east side of Brownwood. Actually, it's a little bit beyond. This area here is a new set of courtyard villas that's being constructed. They've just started clearing the land. The houses we're flying over. This is Antram Dells. Antram Dells is a courtyard villa community that's right there on the other side of the traffic circle from the one going to Brownwood on Buena Vista Boulevard, just north of State Route 44. Here's a good look at Antram Dells, and we'll zoom in and you can see Brownwood off in the distance. I know there was a lot of concern about what was going to be built here. Fortunately, it's more courtyard villas and part of the villages and not pickleball courts or some gas station or porno palace. It should be a good fit for the community. I don't have any information yet on how many units it's going to be or when they'll be available for sale, but it's most likely going to be sometime before the end of the year that these homes will be available. Now let's continue on down State Route 44 over to Lake Deaton Plaza, where a new Mavis Tire store is being constructed. This is the 4th Mavis Tire store being built in the vicinity of the villages. There's also a couple of other tire kingdoms, which apparently are associated with the same company, in the area as well, bringing the total to about 7 tire stores that will be serving the villages, not including other brands like Costco, Walmart, and Goodyear. This store is being built right behind the Walgreens at Lake Deaton Plaza. So I had an interesting thought. We got a lot of tire stores in the area now, but not a lot of golf cart repair. Why can't and why don't these auto repair and tire stores start doing golf cart maintenance? I think they'd certainly get a lot of business because it's very difficult to get in to get scheduled maintenance, especially if you didn't buy your golf cart at a certain dealership. It's just a thought.
Hi, I'm Jeff Monash with Village Air Filters. Are you tired of wasting money on throwaway paper air filters? I can save you money with my lifetime permanent washable air filters. Just buy it once and never buy another air filter again. Rinse it out and then just slide it right back in. My filters are custom made in the US and they have a lifetime warranty. Give me a call at 352-388-1230 or visit my website at villageairfilters.com.
This is down at 470 and the south end of Megison Road. We'll come back to that in just a second. And I want to answer a question that some people have had. The sign that they've put up for the Villages at the end of this exit, it has one high tower and one low tower. Well, that's the way it's going to stay. If you look carefully, you can see the lightning rods on the top of each of them. While the structure may be complete, I don't think the final signage is up yet. I think there's going to be more added to it. Going to the left now, this area is scheduled for commercial and apartments, but this isn't owned by the Villages. This is owned by another company that was made public a few years ago, but they've not started moving on it. This area here that's under construction, this is a little bit dated. They've gone a lot farther recently. They're putting in the infrastructure, the storm drains, and water lines right now. This is scheduled to be, as far as I can tell, commercial and probably another fire station at this location. The water at the top of the screens is part of the wastewater treatment facility that's at this location. Whether there's residential or commercial going in here is still yet to be disclosed, but they have 550 acres in this particular section, so there are many options available to them on what they do with this land. I've been asked many times if there's going to be a way to cross 470 eventually. Nothing's been published yet, but they are going to widen it to 4 lanes, and if they were going to put multimodal tunnels under it, that would be the time they would do it. Now we're on the other side of the Turnpike, and we're looking at the construction of the second overpass for County Road 470 over the Florida Turnpike. We'll zoom in, and you'll see that they're working on the center pilings to support the bridge span. Here we go. And it's still a ways away. They're also working on the retaining wall for the west side of the bridge. When will they put the span over? It's still probably maybe a month or two, maybe a little longer away. As we rotate around, we can see the construction work going on the widening of County Road 470. Now, right now, you can see the road curves off to the right. It's going to go straight. It's going to be 4 lanes. It's going to go this way all the way to fire station number 49. Then you'll go through a traffic circle, and you'll head north on McNeel. Then you'll head east on Central Parkway. You can see there's 2 intersections here. Both of them have traffic lights. So there's a lot planned for this area. Because of the traffic lights and the way things are being arranged, I believe there's going to be some commercial property here. We'll see as time goes on. I haven't found anything official released yet, but we're going to keep a close eye on that. In the upper left corner of the screen, you can see where they're starting to do some extensive clearing and groundwork. Don't know what that is yet, but that's very promising when they start doing stuff like that. This is again the temporary County Road 470. It's going to go away when they open up the 4 lanes. I drove by there yesterday morning, and they had actually started putting down the first layer of asphalt. This road is progressing very quickly. Hopefully, it will be open soon, and we'll be able to use it and not this 2-lane road. All right, let's jump back a little bit to the north. This is the intersection of Megison Road and Warm Springs, and as we rotate around, you can see they've started doing the clearing on the property for Hope Lutheran Church. You can see the outlines for the parking islands. This is going to progress very quickly, I hope. This has been in the planning stages for 2 or 3 years that I know of. That's the Turnpike and the Everglades Recreation Center beyond that at the top of the screen. And under us is the southern portion of the village of St. John's. This is one of 3 churches that I know of that are in the planning or building stages. There's this one. We'll see Church at the Springs in just a few minutes. And there's a Catholic church coming down by the village of Monarch Grove. The large open area at the top of the screen. This is scheduled to be commercial property as I understand it. Nothing has been announced yet. Nothing is in the planning stages that I know of, but we'll keep track of it and see what happens. This is shot from the north side of Central Lake over the village of LaGrange. We'll come back to LaGrange in just a minute. This is Sunset Island, and we're going to fly over here to look at this area. This is going to be more houses. Right now, they're bringing a huge amount of fill to grade the lots. They level the land, they put in the roads, and then they grade it up about 18 inches for the houses so that there's good drainage on everybody's lot before the home is built. This is the LaGrange Pool and Postal Station. It's now opened. It opened about 2 weeks ago. And here we go again over the village of LaGrange. Now, this is, again, about 2 weeks old. I apologize. Things have been crazy for me the last couple of weeks. So they are actually a lot farther along than what you see here. The next video will be a little more up to date. Many homes going in. These veranda homes, all the ones on the water look like they have pools going in. And of course, they're putting in some more patio villas, lots of homes going in. As we fly back around, we see the Woodlands Championship Golf Course. And we'll head back down to get another look at the village of LaGrange. And we'll take one more quick detour to the Blanchard Recreation Center, which just opened this past week. Yes, this is the 4th time I've dubbed this sound clip as things keep happening as I try to edit this video. My plan is to try and get over to Blanchard this week and do a 5-minute update for you and have it out by next weekend. So look for that one to come out soon.
So we all know when people move into their homes, especially in Florida, we're limited for storage space. So what we do is we come in and help create storage space by maximizing what is currently available in their kitchens and their closets and other rooms. So a few of the things that we really pride ourselves on is communication with the customer, and our attention to detail is second to none. If you're looking to transform your kitchen, closet, or any other space in your home, give us a call or check out our website to book an appointment.
Now we're on the south side of Central Lake in the village of Lakeview. That's the Bel Air Executive Course on the right. And you can see they've started construction on some of the houses and foundations here. We're going to rotate around and you're going to see some of the villa community and veranda community that's currently under construction. Again, this, I apologize, is a little over a week and a half old, so a lot has changed over here. You can see the pool has got water in it. It won't be too much longer when all the custom builds start being built. Most of the home lots are sold here. What's not sold is the villa and veranda communities. They won't come up for sale until they're all built. But the custom build lots, they come up for sale and boom, they just disappear as fast as possible. We'll fly up to the north end to where the entrance is from Eastport. And what you're going to see is that they have this road blocked off. Now, why would they do that? Because they don't want this to become a bypass or thoroughfare for golf carts and cars while the homes are under construction. This is all about your safety and the safety of the construction workers working there. Looking off in the distance, we can see the driving range at Eastport, and you can see it's very busy. People are using the heck out of it. We'll fly back along. We're going to fly over a little bit of the Bel Air Executive Course. Right now, the winter weather's kind of got things browned out a little bit, but the course looks great overall. Lots of people are using it every day. Unfortunately, I have not had a chance yet to put a few golf balls in these lakes. We'll fly back around, we'll head back towards the pool, we'll get one more look at Lakeview before moving on. Now we're going to head over to Middleton. This is downtown Middleton. You can see there's a lot going on here. These buildings are getting very close to being ready for occupancy, or at least build out. I'm headed north on Middleton Drive and looking to the east. The parking lot behind these buildings is for the new Publix, which has started construction. We'll get to that in just a minute. Going to rotate around, and this little building here with the signs, that's Coffee for the Soul. It's a coffee shop that's going to be occupying this building. When is it going to open? I don't know. I haven't seen any construction starting on the build out of that particular store yet. We're going to head across Middleton Drive and take a look at some of the more outbuildings that are being built. We'll rotate to our right, and you're going to see another set of shops. This building looks to be about done and ready for build out of the tenants. Don't know what's going in there yet, but obviously they've got big plans for it. This is the foundation work going on for the new Publix. Now, this was shot a little while ago. They've since completed the foundation, and in the past 6 days, they have raised the walls using CMU block about 10 feet on the new Publix. This is the new Hamlin Hotel, currently under construction. Lots happening here also. They're starting to put in windows. They started putting on some paint on the exterior. We'll come back to this in just a few minutes. We're going to get a look at it from the other side. Here's another look at the foundation work happening for the new Publix. Now we're going to look across the north side of Central Parkway. This first tan spot on the north side of Central Parkway is the new Chase Bank. I know, just we need another bank here in the Villages and Middleton area. And this is a new Circle K that's being built. This is desperately needed to have a gas station in this section of the Villages and Middleton. This is the townhouses location that's being built just to the west of the boathouse. They haven't started on the homes yet, but these look to be either duplexes or quadplexes that they're going to build there. That's part of the Middleton residential area. And as we rotate around, we'll get a good look at the Zanzibar restaurant that is nearing completion. This is the only remaining of the 3 multi-unit complexes that were scheduled to be built a year ago around the K-8 school. One has been turned into a parking lot, and the apartment complex that was scheduled to be built has been scrapped as well. This is the boathouse on the left and Zanzibar on the right. There are many restaurants going in here in Middleton, as well as many stores. I've heard some speculation that the apartment complex was scrapped in favor of additional commercial development in this area. It doesn't seem to be a stretch based on the way that they keep announcing new businesses coming to the Middleton area. This will be a thriving commercial complex in the next year or two. These are 2 of the commercial buildings in downtown Middleton that have been under construction for a couple of months now. What's going in there? That's anybody's guess at this point. They wouldn't be building these buildings if they didn't have big plans and possible tenants. The open areas on both sides of Dr. Randy McNeel Drive that's seen here are scheduled to be 20-unit apartment complexes, one on each side. Let's face it, we're not as young as we once were. Climbing those old-fashioned attic stairs to get the Christmas decorations down or to stow those family treasures is just too dangerous. Majic Stairs is the safer alternative. Real steps with safety rails at a safer angle and safety rails in the attic provide the safest attic access available. Having troubles getting things to and from the attic? The Majic Attic Lift can be there to help. Designed by Villages resident Ron Berner, every Majic Stairs and Majic Attic Lift is custom built in their Ocala, Florida factory and installed by their technicians. Why take chances? For less than the cost of one emergency room visit, you can have Majic Stairs installed in your home. Majic Stairs, the safer, more convenient alternative. Let's jump way to the west side now, down south, to where US 301 is being rerouted. This is at the north end, where it's going to be routed around the city of Pullman. Here you can see the 7-Eleven that was recently opened at Warm Springs in US 301. This is the area just to the west of Trinity Baptist Church, where US 301 starts its rerouting, and then we'll go south and a little bit to the west along the border of the community of Coleman Ridge, which is still early in the development, and it will continue on down until it gets past Coleman Ridge, then turn due west and intersect with County Road 525 East, now known as Industrial Park Drive, at the Rick Scott Industrial Park. There will be a stoplight there, and then the road will turn to the left and then continue down south to where it meets County Road 470, where the new Sumter County Service Center is being built. This is the first of 3 phases. The next phase will continue from Industrial Park Drive down to County Road 470. The third phase will be the northern section from basically Warm Springs Avenue all the way to the Florida Turnpike, including a rework of the Florida Turnpike interchange and bridges. At the top of the screen is the Rick Scott Industrial Park, and just beyond it, that body of water, is Lake Panasoffkee. Early drawings showed the cleared area on the right side of US 301 as commercial property. As we rotate around, this whole area to the south of US 301 is the Marlene O'Toole Industrial Park, one of 3 industrial parks in this area that represent a significant part of the economic future of Sumter County. In the upper right corner of the screen is the village of Hammock at Finney. The entire 301 project was funded last year by Governor Ron DeSantis from state funds, so none of the cost for doing this work is coming out of your property tax bill here in Sumter County. And now we're back up at the north end at Warm Springs Avenue. This is the strip mall under construction on County Road 505, just south of Warm Springs Avenue. Future stores include Cosmos Nail Salon, a golf cart store, and a dog groomer. Other properties are so far unmentioned as far as what's going in them. County Road 505 is the road that travels from Warm Springs Avenue south to the area between the villages of Finney and DeSoto, where people have to go through gates in both Finney and DeSoto to cross this road. Here's a high view of 505 as it heads south. On the right of it, you can also see the Finney Putt and Play course that opened up several years ago. This is the southernmost tip of the Villages and Middleton, and what we're looking at here, this is where a cell tower is scheduled to be built. This is just south of Shallow Creek Golf Course. We'll rotate around and we'll see Bexley Trail as it continues to the west, and eventually it will turn to the south and then west again as it winds its way over to State Road 471. They've built a bridge with a golf cart path across Dry Creek. And we'll rotate around and we'll get a look at the massive amount of land that's being prepared for additional homes here in Middleton. This is a huge area. Will they divide this into another village, or town if you will, besides Middleton? If not, Middleton will become the largest single-name development within the village's Middleton complex, about 3 times larger than any of the villages that currently exist. This is a pedestrian bridge over the Dry Creek. The road on the right is Bar Boulevard. It continues on into Middleton, and they've built another bridge with multimodal path on it as well. Here we get another look as I pan around to see the massive amount of land that's being reserved for families in this section of our community. As we continue to rotate around, we'll go back up Bar Boulevard. This plot of land that's been cleared is where Church at the Springs is being built. You can see they've started laying out some of the area for the parking lot, and the area beyond is where the church itself will be. We'll head south now along Landstone Boulevard. To the left of Landstone is the Shallow Creek Golf Course and Country Club. We'll climb up and we'll get a long view of what's happening farther to the south of this area. Once again, this is Bexley Trail. As we rotate to the left, the area that we're looking at is then CDD 17 and far beyond CDD 18. In this area, the Palms Championship Golf Course, a 27-hole course, is going to be built, as well as a driving range and several other executive courses. We'll rotate to the north now and head back towards Middleton and the Hamlin Hotel that's under construction. Here we see this from the south side. You can see it's partially painted. They've started putting in the window frames. The opening date for the hotel has still not been announced. In this next segment, we're going to head on over to CDD 16 and look at this entire area. This consists of 6 flights that I took, and we're going to go through each of them from north to south, and you'll see how things are progressing. As we move from the north to the south, you'll see how the construction process develops over time as they build these communities. Black Dog Garage Floors, the best flooring choice for your garage. 3/8 inch thick copolymer interlocking textured tiles made in the USA gives your garage that custom look everyone will love, and all for about the same price or less as those pretty paint jobs. Available in a variety of colors and installs in hours, not days. This tough, easy to clean flooring system is resistant to most solvents, battery acid, gas, oil, and moisture, and even if it does get damaged, it's easily repairable by simply replacing a tile. Black Dog Garage Floors. It's not just another pretty paint job. Our starting point on this first segment is just below the Bexley Bridge. As we rotate around, we can see McNeel Drive and how it's being built. This is right before the first layer of asphalt is going to be laid on McNeel Drive. McNeel continues all the way down to the traffic circle there at Central Parkway, and then beyond to go past Fire Station 49, continuing south past Long Prairie, continuing south even further, all the way down to State Road 471. We're coming up on the intersection with Corbin Trail, and on the right is where the Rock and Roll Recreation Center is supposed to be. There's an area under construction that's for irrigation pumps to serve this area. The area I'm flying over now is predominantly residential, but it's also part of the Meadowview Championship Golf Course. You can see the early stages of the underground deep utilities. These are the storm drains that are going in. You can tell that because it's on both sides of the road. These storm drains are in the residential communities. Again, this is the very early stages of the infrastructure installation in this area. Up ahead is the Bexley Bridge and Laurel Oak Executive Golf Course. This is the village of Edenfield, and as we head farther south, the village of LaGrange. This is Bexley Trail that we're following along the right-hand side. Once again, you can see this area is still in the earliest stages of the infrastructure development. As we move farther south, you'll see that things become further and further advanced. This is probably 2 years from being developed with homes. That's based on the current trend and rates of home sales in the villages and the size of CDD 16. Now we're a bit further south, just north of where Corbin Trail and Bexley Trail intersect. We'll rotate around, we can see the village of LaGrange. There's the Farragut Ball Fields, Corbin Trail, and Bexley Trail intersection. And you can see Corbin Trail is being paved. As we go farther into CDD 16, though, you see the paving ends. They're still working on this. It will be a while before this road is ready to be traveled. However, they have started building the signage for whatever village this is going to be. I don't know exactly which one it's going to be. That's still not 100% clear based on the information I've seen. We're approaching the location of the Rock and Roll Recreation Center location, as well as the Corbin Trail and McNeel Drive traffic circle. We're going to circle around now to the south, and you can see now they're laying in water pipes here. The storm drains are already done in many of the areas, but again, there's still a lot of work to be done. They've also started cutting in the road beds on some of the residential areas. At the top of the screen is Central Parkway. Coming into view is Eastport, with Central Lake and the Farragut Ball Fields easily identifiable in this shot. We're back up to Bexley Trail, and we'll head back north towards the intersection of Bexley and Corbin Trail. This is looking south at the traffic circle at Central Parkway and McNeel Drive. Fire Station 49 is up at the top of the screen. This is the area I spoke about earlier that's being cleared. What's going on here? I still don't know. But it looks like they've started cutting in the roadbed to go into this area. Again, I believe this is going to be a commercial area at some point, and this is, of course, where the hospital was scheduled to be built Will it still be built there? Anybody's guess. We'll head back to the north now, and we go back to where McNeel Drive and Corbin Trail meet, and the area where the Rock and Roll Recreation Center is scheduled to be built. That's probably a good year and a half down the road, though. They've still got to finish Mustang, and Pullman has to be started. This is Corbin Trail once again, heading back towards Eastport. We'll get another look at this area that's being cleared on the other side of the power lines as we get ready to finish this segment of our flight. Once again, we see the Central Parkway and McNeel traffic circle, and we get a sneak peek at the next area we're going to be looking at. This is Bush Boulevard and the Farmstead Gate. They just recently put the name on the sign for Farmstead. On our right is Central Parkway. The roads in this shot have all been covered with sand. This is to reduce the friction for the heavy equipment that operates on these roads. You can see the lines in the ground for the lots. This is the area that has been graded. They've brought in the fill like they did over in LaGrange, and they've leveled it out and spread it out to bring up the ground level about 18 inches above the road beds. We'll circle back around and head back to the east, and we see more of the sanded roads. They've put the sod on the sides of the retention ponds. This pretty much indicates those retention ponds are done and are actively being managed. As we head back, you can see Bush Boulevard. On the far side of Bush Boulevard, you can see the mounds of dirt that's getting ready to be spread to grade these lots in this area. It will take probably a couple of weeks to get everything graded. You can also see the road beds are being put in, and as we get farther along, the road beds are less and less mature. As I rotate around, you get a brief look at the golf courses as they continue to be developed. Here you can get a better view of the two piles of fill on the left and ahead that are going to be used to level these lots. We'll take a look at where that soil comes from in the next couple of segments. We'll start this segment out at the starter shack for the Beautyberry and Honeysuckle executive golf courses. These two new executive golf courses have been open for a couple of weeks now and are seeing quite a bit of play. As we head to the north towards the power lines, we can see that the roads are done and you can see the stub ups on the lots for all the utilities. They're ready to build homes on these lots as soon as they're ready to sell them. The area I'm currently flying over is the village of Merrittfield. The village of Farmstead is to our left on the other side of the power lines. Crossing the middle of the screen is Bush Boulevard. And here we have more of Merrittfield, and at the top of the screen you can see Fire Station number 49 that opened up late last year. The utilities being laid in this area, I believe, are fiber optic cables, your internet connection. This is the Timberlands Executive Golf Course, and farther to the south is the Lakes Executive Golf Course. Of course, the big question is, when will these courses open? If the weather holds out, hopefully early fall. Here you can see they're building the parking lot and the area for the starter shack for these two executive courses. We'll head back to the starter shack area for beautyberry and honeysuckle, and we'll get a look at the area where the site work has been prepped for the building of the Pullman Recreation Center. Again, they've got the site work done, but no real construction on the buildings has started yet. The surface for the pickleball courts has already been laid down. In our final segment, we're looking at the Mustang Recreation Center. It's coming along very quickly. It's got the resort-style pool, as most of the new recreation centers have. We turn around, and this is the postal station and neighborhood pool for the village of Long Prairie. And not far from here, they're building a regional recreation center which will have a sports pool. So if you're living in this area, you're going to have no shortage of swimming opportunities. We'll turn back around, and we're going to fly over the village of Long Prairie. Most of these waterfront lots that you see have already been sold. The interior lots, we'll turn around, and we're going to come up to the starter shack again for beautyberry and honeysuckle. And once again, we're looking at Bush Boulevard up ahead. Even farther up ahead, the white and black spot you see, that's the starter shack for the Timberland and Lakes Executive Golf Courses. If you've enjoyed this video, please be sure to hit the like button, and don't forget to subscribe to my channel so you know when the next one is coming out. And please support my sponsors, as without their help, these videos simply wouldn't be possible. At the top of the screen, the dark area and the dots rolling across, that's the stockpile yard where the fill that's being used to grade the lots in the other areas that I've shown you in this video have come from. In the upper left corner by the traffic circle is where the next regional recreation center is going to be built. As we wrap up this video, I leave you with the following words. Life is short, power is fleeting. Physical beauty lasts for only a very short while. All of us who live long enough will also become weak and very vulnerable at some point. So let us be humble, help the sick, the weak, and the vulnerable. For one day, we too will exit the stage. So let us do it with humility, dignity, honor, and the knowledge that through our actions, we have left this world a much better place. I'm Don Wiley. Have a great day.